next time. Where's the dot, boy? Huh?
Great Scott, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing something different in that I'm going to be reviewing a 35th anniversary Amazon exclusive die-cast Back to the Future DeLorean that has recently been released in celebration of the film's 35th year. Now, Back to the Future was a fantastic film because it combined a sensible time travelling plot with fantastic characters and amazing special effects. 35 years later, it's still entertaining movie lovers today. However, just before we go into the review, there are a couple of things I'd like to mention to you, the viewers. First thing being, if you like the soulful groove kind of music, a friend of mine has recently released a new song called Best Moves. It's on her channel, Kadija Kamara Reveal. Please go ahead, link is in the description, and take a listen. I'm sure she'd really appreciate the support. I'm not going to be talking about watches today, and I'm not even wearing a timepiece. However, I do have something up my sleeve, and I'm going to mention watches very briefly before I move on to the DeLorean. And I'm just going to quickly tell you that in the next few weeks, I'm going to be reviewing a mystery watch, and I'm going to give you 3 clues as to what this watch will be, although I'm not going to reveal today. The first clue is that this watch is a limited edition. The second clue is that this watch costs under £300, and the third thing is this watch is going to be worn by a main character in a highly anticipated film that is due to be released. So if you're eager to find out what this new watch is about, do like and subscribe so you'll be notified when my new video drops, where I'll be revealing all about this new watch. Okay, let's go Back to the Future. So here it is, the 35th anniversary Back to the Future, Dr. E. Brown Enterprises 24-hour scientific services van in all its glory. And just looking at the box, you've got some really fantastic detail all around really. I'll start with obviously here, and you can see the timestamps, one being November 5th, 1955, which of course is the year that Marty McFly first went to in the original movie. But you've also got some really nice artwork here. Of course, time machine. On the side of the van, as I've just mentioned, you've got Dr. E. Brown Enterprises. So it's really true to the film itself. I'm going to turn it around to the front, and you can see I've got number 821 of 1985 pieces that have been made of this particular model. If I look just underneath, I have to say it's a bit wonky at the bottom. So perhaps maybe a bit of quality control there. But it's still, it's a minor thing really. It's not going to affect the enjoyment of this product. This is an Amazon exclusive, so you can only get this from Amazon, and it's amazon.com. You can't get it from amazon.co.uk. This item costs $19 in total for me, but I think the delivery charge was around $9.99 or something like that. On the other side, you've got a few warnings. This product contains small magnets, etc. Yeah, so that's definitely the magnet that they've warned about. And at the back, you can see the BK2TF 35 number plate with the DeLorean in the number plate, which is also cool. So yeah, really nice so far. Okay, so that iconic moment when Doc Brown reveals the DeLorean for the first time is about to happen. So let's just recreate that now. Wow. And doesn't that look amazing? This ramp won't stay down annoyingly, but the DeLorean just looks really fantastic in this, from this angle, and yeah, really loving it so far. I think there's just a little bit of plastic that's holding the DeLorean in. Thankfully, it's not just rolled out and smashed onto the floor as I opened it there. So I'm going to try and reverse it out and see what happens. You can imagine the Back to the Future theme happening when the DeLorean is making its way out of the back in the film. So for the sake of the review video, I'm going to move the van out of the way, and I'm going to put the DeLorean itself in center stage. It's a really nice model. Fantastic novelty piece. Let's have a look at this in more detail. And wow, it looks really good. It hasn't got the GMC at the front. I'm not sure why that is. but it's got all the detailing that you would want. The classic iconic looks. The wires have been painted on the side, which leads back into obviously the time machine element of the vehicle. I remember seeing this film for the first time as a kid, and it was just amazing. And what was so good about the film, and I think I said this in my intro, was like they made the time travel thing or element of the film so unbelievable but kind of believable at the same time, which is a balance they don't quite always get right when some science fiction films want to broach the subject of time travel. And it's fantastic the way they did it, and it's definitely a film for all ages. In terms of more the detail, I mean, I guess it's not probably as detailed as I would have liked. It's definitely more value as a set. Now, I'm going to see if I can get closer into the car because you can't really see much. And unfortunately, it has got a band that's stopping me from opening the doors completely. So you can't really see much of the detailing inside, unfortunately. So I'm now shining the light into the cockpit of the DeLorean. And I'm hoping you can get a better view of the inside. And look at that. So as you can see, the DeLorean does have some really nice detail inside. However, the lack of color is slightly disappointing, although you can see like the separate elements. So for example, on the steering wheel, you have the 3 switches that you would see in the original car, although they're not in color. The same thing with the date and time selector in terms of, it's there in the center console, but it doesn't have the color to really make it stand out and make this even better collectible piece. Unfortunately, the way it's been built, it's hard to see particular detail, especially the fact with no color, things like the flux capacitor, which would have really made this particular model stand out. However, at the back there, everyone should be pleased to see the big plutonium storage compartment. Now I've shone the light in it, you can see what a lovely sheen the metal exterior has. They've used a really, I think, true to life paint color. Unless you're giving this to a young child, I think anyone that has a model like this will look after it, and it will be in their collection for many years to come. Eventually, when I set up a proper background on my YouTube, this would be one of the items that you see in the back of my background display. So, it's definitely something that anyone that buys it will appreciate and will look after. If you want people to have a look at it and give it the proverbial test drive around the block in terms of seeing what it can do, it's perfectly capable of handling that. And I'm sure many Back to the Future fans, if you have friends that are also Back to the Future fans, will be massively interested in this item. Just having a closer look at the wheels. The wheels are rubbery, but I don't think they're as rubbery as I would expect. Maybe detracts a bit from the realism, but I really like the rims. If I go to the back here, you've got the ITA time number plate. How brilliant is that? As I said before, I think the main novelty comes from the fact that it comes in this unique box. And of course, the number in terms of the model that you've got out of the batch. I've got a bit of an odd number there, 0821. But hey, I can't complain. I'm still really happy I've got one of these. So I hope you enjoyed the video today. Don't forget to like and subscribe as that really helps the channel. I'll see you next time.